This is a meter cubed. It is a meter long, a meter wide, and a meter deep. I made it to experiment with my surroundings, seeing a juxtaposition between the industrial and the organic. It was fun to mess around with the cube. It felt like a toy that I could move around my environment with. The cube itself looked nice. The angles really reflected the light in a very pretty way. But we also found it fun to distort these shapes and contradict them with our own. I soon began to find out that we could place this cube anywhere, and it seemed to fit in. It fit in ways that I didn't expect it to. We began to find more and more places where the cube fit in, almost perfectly with its surrounding. It was fun to put it on top of things and see parallel lines that drew from things that were very far in the background. I then got quite carried away with constantly seeing new places to put the cube, with it always seeming to blend in somehow. In some instances it almost disappears into the architecture of the building. The cube was able to fit seamlessly between other shapes that followed the same rules and lines of right angles. There's a tree outside uni that reminded me of a hand, and I thought it would be cool to try and get the cube into this space. But this proves to be a lot more difficult than putting the cube anywhere else. I had to navigate between the tree's bulging arms, which was quite awkward. I ended up having to climb the tree and get Olivia to help me before we got told off by security.
What? Have you guys got permission from the estates team?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Because we would have had an email. That's going to have to come down.
You let me get one shot.
Oh, you can take a shot. I thought you were leaving it there.
No.
Yeah, no, if you're taking a shot, yeah, that's fine.
The cube's form in the tree was much different from what it had been just a moment ago. The tree shape surrounded its squareness organically. A juxtaposition was created, giving me a sense of confusion and excitement. I found it satisfying that I could draw parallels between the cube and the buildings around it through the tree. And as I removed the cube from the tree, it got caught and started hanging and swinging, which I thought was pretty cool. I then wanted to take the cube into the public more. We decided to go take a trip to London Bridge through the street. And this is very difficult as I had to maneuver my way through the people on the street. Going through the scaffolding here was quite difficult and quite awkward. I was worried that the cube wouldn't fit onto the train or that there'd be too many people there. But surprisingly enough, the cube fit again almost perfectly in between the poles, and the guy even used his hand on it to rest. And once we got to the station, the cube's form didn't change too much. It still felt like I was maneuvering it through human bodies, but the cube itself felt like it belonged in the station. And people didn't even really seem to notice it too much when I placed it in front of the escalator or took it on the lift. On the lift, the woman questioned me about if it was heavy to hold. I replied, not really, and then she said it's quite an awkward shape.